I tried it last
Oh,
year.
sorry.
Oh, go tonight.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to a critically average adventure, and welcome to this, once again, folks out on the snowy wastes of Frohast, trekking in that blinding, blistering cold that we like to call Out of the Cold. It's a D&D 5e campaign that I'm playing with my friends, and these are my friends. Hello, everybody. When last we saw our heroes, they had camped down after having a rather interesting discussion with each other while a fellow traveler on a cart just passed them by. They paid little to no attention to that and kind of got into the nitty-gritty of finding out about Ijara Lapshuron's marital life and their previous being and existence with the Wanderer's Lament, the organization that are seemingly controlled by some powerful entity of some sorts that lie to the south of the Redmane Peaks to the far west of Frohast. You are camped down for the night. You have long rested. Has everybody long rested? Please check your sheets.
We do. We did,
and,
I think.
And make sure you are long rested. That would be very, very nice. And I think we'll begin with a storm breaks. There is a dark sky with an eerie white pinkish glow to it. And the raindrops are lit by the lunar reflections. And you see them picked out like needles, hammering down from the sky. Your clothes hang heavy upon your bodies, and you struggle and trudge forward. Your heart and your lungs are nearly in your mouth. You're out of breath and you pant and you hear the rain falling all around you in big, heavy impacts. Your clothes cling to your skin and drag you down, and your hair runs blank into your eyes. You pull out a blade. You look to your wrist. Lightning flashes. And you awake, Arden. Being so close to your father has brought up other memories from your past.
Mm-hmm.
When you last saw him, you almost feel it's a different kind of chill when you're out in the snow. It's not that sinking into the bones cold of being drenched with water. You kind of shake it free and then you glance to your wrist. You remember what did happen, but then what did happen again? And you see the mark still remains. The tattoo upon your wrist, no longer obscured through some fey whimsy. And maybe some interruption from a feline that we know all too well, Ms. Nyala. You wake. There is a slight breeze blowing in from the door that is ajar of your cart. Huh? Ha 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 ha! You're so funny. And you see the you can see the snow. Oh, did you color your dome, Nyala? I need to know this for descriptive purposes? Because I'm guessing you've domed and bared, transparent, opaque. What we're looking like?
I like to think that when she sleeps, the dome tends to change color depending on the dream she's having.
Okay.
That's cool.
So when she's having a relatively good dream,
Mind wizards.
yeah. When she's having a relatively good dream, I would say it turns kind of like you know in a tent when you have the shadows of the trees thanks to the sun, they're just mimicking and moving.
Yeah.
Something like that. Or when she's having a nightmare, it's just flashes of red here and there, like droplets of blood just splatting out and dripping out.
Mm-hmm. Roll me a D100, please.
Yeah. That's a 10.
10. Your dream on this night was that of wandering, one of walking far in soft sand, sinking up to your tiny little knees in it. It's slowing your progress as you climb dune after dune after dune, wandering lost, your back scorched. The fires that burned you now being even sore more from the sun that beats down upon your back.
Bastard.
Your mouth
Bastard.
parched. You are lost and afraid and alone, and you see a caravan of carts, of vehicles, pulled by camels and laden travelers somewhere in this vast desert. And your fear of the other, your parched mouth tells you they might have water, they might have something that could just quench that ever needing thirst, something to bind your back with, something, but you can't trust them because they're the other. They're not like you. They're strangers to your eyes. So you don't approach. And you carry on. You carry on walking until you can walk no more. What colour's the dome?
Bastard. Bastard. It's the droplets of red are there on the dome, obviously. But you have them, it's not as vivid as it would be if she was dreaming of the fire or of something else, something more traumatizing. But it has like that shadows of creeping vines, like appearing on one side and just like you see when you think of seeing a wild animal on the corner of your eyes and you just turn your eyes and it's just not there anymore. It's like the paranoia of it coming back.
Fantastic. So you see that outside, this kind of almost like from looking inside of a snow dome, you can sort of see these flashes of black vines, and you see red sort of stippling that changes the pattern of the light as it's semi-transparent, I'm imagining. So some of the daylight shines through, Arden, and you can sort of just see that out of the corner of your eye. Ray, let's find out what you dreamt of. Roll me a D100.
Nala's kicking a fit, by the way.
Hmm?
She's kicking a fit.
Kicking her feet in the sleep.
You know when cats actually like dream and
Yeah.
they yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, what was yours, Jack, please?
58.
58. Thank you. It's one of those days where you're glad of the shade. It's one of those days where you know that if you were in one of the open glades, you'd have sweat running down your face. You would be beaded with your own perspiration. But today the great boughs are a comfort. No longer the trappings that sometimes they can seem, Ray. They are a welcome thing. And you can marvel at the nature of them and the invention that's within them, though it's not of the invention that you prefer. And as you wander, seemingly aimlessly, looking for inspiration, trying to find some sort of sense to your existence as a young elfling, you find some place that you don't remember seeing before. You find a road. You know that there are roads and tracking roads that go through the paths marched by the peloton and their beasts of burden. You know that there are some humans that even venture into the forest, and know of the great problem with them stealing some of the wood from the woodland and without elven permission. And they are, the smugglers. They're always trying to get stuff out for magical devices, and it's become a burden. This road is so ancient and crumbling, you barely noticed it was there. It's just by chance that you glance down and your foot kind of almost trips on a stone, you stumble and you turn back, and as you glance at a certain angle, you can see that this ancient road cuts through the forest. You begin to follow it. Where does it lead? Where does it take us? What is this old? And you cut through parts of the forest that seem vaguely familiar, but you can start feeling that the ground descends. And you feel banks start rising up beside you. You see these. And you're starting to move into sort of a glen, maybe, or a depth below the main bulk of the forest. And then you get to a point where the ground drops away. And now you see the tops of trees far below you. You're looking down on trees in a split in the earth. You can see that there are banks, high cliff faces that rise up to the true forest level, maybe 60 feet above you. They drop down sheer, and then you can see that there is more plant life growing here. And you feel an eerie sense of dread come over you. And you can hear calls in those dark, deep forests that you do not recognize through all your learned upbringing, even the stuff that's come from the Marmiana children. There are rhymes that start coming to your mind, jibes, jokes, and the things they tell the kids to keep them in bed at night, or to keep them at peace, keep them on their toes in wild places. And then you wake up and you're in cart, and you all wake up. You all come to. And you gradually look around, and each of you from your sleeps. And what would you like to do?
Yala's checking if everyone is okay. First
Mhm.
thing first in the morning.
Mhm.
Yeah, relatively okay. Yeah. Did Arden receive? Well, not Arden. Did Nyala receive a response to one of the sendings she sent the night before? She knows. Okay. All right then. Okay. Cool. Good to know.
When you're ready, you can ask Niala for it.
All right. Will do. That doesn't look like a good face. Right. Hmm. Gonna get up, pull myself together, collect some bits and pieces.
Mhm. There's a low fire still kept on in the little hearth, still glowing embers there. It's not quite out, and it's taken some of the chill off the morning, but the door is open. Some of that kind of crisp air. You know, I don't know if when you've been camping and you get that first breath of fresh air
Yeah.
when you wake up in the morning and you're outside and
I mean,
it's that
thing is, with tiny art, it is warm. So there's no.
Wasn't the hut over the front though with the pears?
It's in front of the doors. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
it's the
Yeah.
whole.
Right.
We worked out it could just about fit everyone in it.
Won't the hut have expired at this point though?
I
8
mean,
hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So
For the sake of
let's say it's
environment.
just for the sake of the great description,
yeah.
it's
Sorry.
ended. And then we get that cold bit of air to let us know that it's ended.
Yeah, the spell just is maybe dissipating at this point, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Gonna get some tea.
Mhm.
In like a little pewter mug. Just
Yeah,
get some tea and then
clunk.
open the door, climb on top of the cart, and just have a look at our surroundings.
Mhm.
Is it a bright day? Is it cloudy? What's the weather looking like outside?
The
How is it looking today?
the cloudscape is strewn with long, thin, drawn out clouds that seem to reach from horizon to horizon as you sit here. You can see that there has been animal tracks round, and you see it almost completely circular as they've been buffeted by the tiny hut. And you also see, as you step outside, you see an Ishara standing outside.
Morning.
Good morning. Arden, good morning. How are you? You okay?
I'm all right. Yeah.
Did you sleep well?
Yeah, I did. Did you? It's unusual for you to wake up early.
I have to be honest, no, I did not. But I had a lot on my mind.
Did
But I
last
feel
night's conversation hit home a bit?
you could say that, yes.
I'm sorry if we touched a nerve. It was just new information.
No. You had every right. I probably should have told you more than I was already telling you. But I did not want to worry you. You already had so much on your plate. And unless I'm feeling like going somewhere different, I just follow my heart. My heart has led me to you and to this group. Gerald always knew this. I told him as much. But it doesn't mean I don't miss him.
We won't forget him. You'll see him again.
I think so. I think so. The bears are fine.
I mean,
I've
yeah.
fed them.
Ah, good.
Bjorn was a little bit grumpy this morning. Espen was, Espen.
Bjorn's always a little bit grumpy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's been the same ever since that time he got, what was it? A rock thrown at him by that giant? Or was it the Yeti?
As before I met you, I think. Oh no. When we were up the mountain, wasn't it? When we were climbing
Yeah.
towards the very peaks. No, I was
Yeah.
with you then. Yes.
Mm.
Rock giants. We ran very fast.
Yeah, yeah. If there's ever been a moment where I didn't think we were going to make it, I felt like it was then. Giants have this really intimidating, well, the fact that they're 50 feet tall, that definitely makes a difference.
And throwing rocks.
And throwing rocks bigger than some people's homes. Yeah, that also, yeah. No wonder Bjorn's grumpy. That must have hurt.
Sidebar. Jack. They nearly died. Very, very quickly.
I think an encounter roll really, really fucked us.
For once, that wasn't my fault.
It was a real oh shit, run away moment.
Was it four? 4 stone giants?
It was 4 stone giants, yeah.
I got it from the context that didn't end
Climbing
well.
out of a we looked, there was a crevasse that was in the way.
We ran very
We were
fast.
looking at either how we could cross it or whether we go the long way around. And while we were looking over the top, we might have accidentally caught the attention of 4 rock giants at the bottom of this crevasse.
I think you
Climbed
threw
up and started.
you threw
dropped
something down.
there, yeah. We
Yeah.
dropped something to see how far it was.
Bishop threw a torch. See
Mhm.
how deep it was. Oh, and that was the first time I used fabricate.
Yes,
Yeah,
and you were
that
trying to
make-
make a bridge.
There is a tree. There is currently still a tree somewhere. That was turned into a ladder, but is still rooted into the ground alongside a cliff face somewhere. That's still there.
Hmm.
Oh no.
Hmm.
Oh,
as you leave a
just
trail of,
thinking of some random fucking traveler that approaches that and is just like, what?
I'm gonna add it to a random encounter table. You find a
you just find a random tree that appears to have been carved into a ladder, but it's still planted in the ground and doesn't
Just
seem to
druid
go up to
nonsense.
anywhere.
Can you imagine? Can you
there.
imagine how long an adventure party would spend with that
Trying
item?
to figure out what this ladder does. It's just there. It's a failed attempt from a previous party to travel across the crevasse. It doesn't do anything special.
I love it. It's when the party comes across Kakanzak's absolutely swarming with Godfrey's. Like, what's happening?
Oh my god. Oh no. Oh, if the fragments return to Kanzax anytime soon, it's going to
It'll
be
be
absolute
hilarious.
chaos.
It'll
They're
be
going to think,
absolute-
what have they done? Anyway,
yes. Sorry. The rest of you are waking inside. What does Ray's morning look like for me?
Gets up, looking like hell.
Mhm.
Checks in on everybody, starts breakfast, and while breakfast is cooking, he's going to prepare his spells for the day.
Mm-hmm. Any particular flavour in mind for the day?
Oh, due to the conversation I had with Ijara last session, I'm going to prepare the fireworks spell. I think it's called pyrotechnics.
Mm-hmm.
It's just fireworks. And a few other safer, more rangery type spells for us travelling. because I forgot to do it from before.
Okay, and what does Nyala's morning look like?
She's
Check my stats.
having she's having a bit of an off day. Currently, she's still lying down in because she's not sleeping in a bed. She's sleeping in a sleeping bag just before the chimney.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just staring at the dying fire. She's not moving. She's not doing anything. She's just there at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like one big fire?
There is a fire in a chimney place. That one is glowing. That one is nearly out. That's the one I think Nyala is peering into. Then there is also a little hearth, like an Aga. If I say that to you, do you know what I mean? Like a cast iron kind of pot-bellied stove type thing with a plate on the top for putting kettles and pots on, which is where you find Arden's brewed boiled water for tea, just sort of set to the side. You can find a nice kettle of warm water that's there. Yeah, there are several rather disgruntled Godfreys as you get up and start preparing your spells, Ray. You kind of have to peel each Godfrey from your body as you kind of rise up, as they've all decided that they are going to camp on you. And you kind of peel off these I nearly said skinless, I meant hairless cats. That'd be even worse. You peel off these hairless cats and place them down.
I mean,
Pete's got something against cats.
No.
I'm not feeling safe, you know?
I keep cats, and sometimes I have a thing against cats.
I don't have anything against cats at all. I just like
Am I in danger?
they are arrogant MFs, as we all know.
More than one way to skin a cat.
Yeah, they are. Mm-hmm.
Luke!
He literally skinned a cat. We found him.
Yeah, that was made to look like a drow, done it. Despite that, dear Arden, you're outside. The day is beautiful in its own mysterious way. The sense of distance and is always slightly distorted out here. Can you roll me a what are we gonna have? We're gonna have well, you're not moving yet, are we? So we haven't set off yet. So we're not going to do anything just yet. Is anybody like wanting to do anything other than get their spells prepped or crack on, just sort of looking around? Oh, yes, please.
You hear banging from by the Arga. And you cook, and Ray is starting to cook breakfast with like half put on leather armor, like it's still open in the middle. And he's currently arguing and fighting with like two Godfreys trying to cook bacon.
Yeah, they're doing that thing where they twine around your legs. They put their legs up and they do that thing where they dig the claws in and stretch.
What's all the racket?
The cat. Somebody needs to feed the cats. They're doing my head in.
Anybody got any fish?
I don't have fish. That doesn't really keep. And I go into my backpack and pull out rations and start throwing it the opposite side of the room. So the cat's like over there while I cook breakfast.
They go the most direct route. They don't go round the table. They over the table, knocking the things on the table over. They're spilt like I knock over a candle, and the wax pours everywhere.
Catch the candle and
and then like a plate gets flipped like this and to the edge of the table, and it just does that thing where it lands properly because and you and the cat leaps over and they start digging into the rations. There's a little bit of a as like one of them gets a little bit more than the other one. Nyala, this is all going on chaos behind you as you are trying to stare into the fire.
You're trying to be depressed, and he's having an argument with 3 different felines.
Not getting up.
And if
Mhm.
if anybody understands Sylvan, he is cursing up a storm.
That's a jolly good question. I don't know what Azara. Oh, Azara might spell Sylvan actually.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Nyala is. She's not going to move from the fire, but she is going to shout, "Would you all quit it?"
Oh dear.
You don't do meat. Do you want me to make you some porridge?
That would be nice. Thank you.
He just moves the frying pan to one side and puts it like a little cooking pot. Puts it on and starts doing like a 1-person porridge.
Don't
Wonderful.
put meat inside.
I mean,
Who
I
puts
don't-
meat in porridge?
I was going to say
It's
that.
mostly a sweet thing. Opinions on honey and porridge. I do have some honey
Yeah.
left over.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I like honey and porridge. Right. So, all the same today.
Once everyone's
Nyala,
compass mentis.
What do you want?
you know, open your eyes and look like you're alive.
I'm alive. I wish I wasn't, but I'm alive.
Ray just comes off with a bacon sandwich and puts it in front of you.
This bacon
Hey.
is. Let's have a survival roll from our dear Ray in this situation.
Okay, I'm doing maths here. I have expertise in cooking utensils.
Mm-hmm.
Just add for if you've got have you
Well-
got proficiency in survival?
Yes.
Okay, so just roll survival and then just add
Add
4.
4. Thank you.
Oh,
26.
Damn.
Wow.
this thing, Nyala, is so hard to resist, even in your post nightmarish or memory flash dream. This thing is placed in front of you on this kind of thick brownish gray plate that is a beautiful piece of china. It is in a slice of bread that is malted. It has these tiny flecks of seeds, and on the top it has that dusty flour part, and then it has those little kind of extra seeds on the top. You can see these slabs. These aren't slices. These are slabs of bacon sticking out either end. And you can see it still sizzling slightly as it's so warm and hot placed next to you. You can see that the fat has crisped to a fine edge, slightly just before black. But it's got that crunch to it. You know it's going to be a delicious sandwich.
Good.
She's
Really?
staring.
If I ate meat, I would eat that. That looks really
Oh.
good.
Yeah, even
Can you just-
Arden, you get the veggie guilt.
I
You
look
get
at that and go, questioning my life choices.
you
That looks
get the
really good.
you get the bacon guilt, the guilt of vegetarians.
The smell is just like,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't cook a lot of vegetarian stuff. I mostly had oatmeal, though I do have some dried fruit and honey. Yours is on
That
this
will
side.
do.
The cook roll goes for that, Arden, as well. So you
Oh.
look at this thing, and it is like again in this. It's a similar. It was
Well,
a
I
similar.
thought you meant he had to do another roll to see whether
No,
he could do
no,
Nah.
no, no,
vegetarian
no,
stuff
no,
just
no,
as
no,
good.
no.
That roll
No.
was just breakfast.
Yeah, it's this again, the stoneware kind of thing, and it's kind of flecked with little black specks on the stoneware, and it's this grey, and inside it's a thick creamy porridge, and the honey's done that thing where it sat in the middle of it and kind of made its
Yeah.
own little well, and you kind of can cut into it, and it kind of falls in little waterfalls through this delicious thick porridge.
Nice.
And you look, and all of the normal tools that are next to the Arga for cooking are all exactly where they left them. And there's like some brass set that are just his
Yeah, like it's just
that are put
special.
up.
He's got
Yeah.
his custom chef knives.
Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely. Isn't it?
100%.
He's not going to use the common cutlery, darling. Ray's probably forged and built his own. Right, back.
Nobody
I did.
sharpens that.
Yeah.
I did. On stream. I think it was the 3rd episode.
Back
Yeah.
to Niala. We looking at this sandwich, debating, salivating.
Eating it.
Mhm.
Like,
Begrudgingly eating it.
no,
because it's
not
so-
begrudgingly. She's just like, she's trying to get herself in the mood to be nice
People.
during the day, but she's just,
Struggling.
she's struggling.
Yeah, I
Oh,
Just
can
while
do
yeah.
you're sitting, while you're sitting down, Ray just comes over and just pats you on the head and be like, bacon solves most problems. Continues on.
Tell that to a pig.
Even pigs eat bacon. Pigs will eat anything.
True.
That I can say with exactitude that it is the truth, unfortunately.
I'm not going to get
Right.
into that story.
Let's get a move on. We're losing daylight.
Maybe later.
Oh no, the statute of limitations is not over yet.
Right.
Statues of what?
Limitations?
Oh, damn.
I'm not telling you my pig story.
Go on,
Wait,
Aspen.
well,
Sorry, Ray. It's just that it's not a good day. I can just feel my skin crawling, and it's just
you need a
Sorry.
wash up. Could always borrow some water for a wash up.
no. A bath won't do me any good. Like today, it's just.
Just a day.
What about the snow? You want to do that thing that
Sure. If you're up for it,
I am?
really don't want to do things alone today. I might do something I might regret.
Okay. I mean, I wasn't going. Okay, all right then. Yes, right. Snow. I'm gonna go outside and brace myself ready for a snow bath.
Mm-hmm. It is.
While those two are being weird and trying to have a snow bath, Ray is currently feeding the bear sausages.
Ray hasn't seen this yet, have they?
No,
They
you're
don't
just being-
understand it. Yeah.
No.
He's just coming out with a frying
So-
pan feeding bear sausages. It's like,
See, just basically you see Niala and Arden go outside. Like,
And
strip
you
off
follow
the
them
bare
out, walking
essentials.
to the front with the sausages, and you see them like stripped down to nearly nothing.
Balls. Yes,
Uh,
balls.
yeah. I think we do it. I think it's normally done completely butt naked. Ijara is
Yep, and then just jump into the snow and just like lie there, like in the snow.
it is
Yalish is
cold. The shock.
opening.
Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
So-
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
17.
Oh yeah.
Nice. 19 plus 3, so 22.
Yeah. So good. You get your stuff.
How many temporary hit points was it?
Yeah. I don't know.
Did we do D6?
I can't remember.
No
It's been
idea.
that long. I can't remember.
I'm
Should
gonna
we say
ro-
D6?
I'm gonna do D6. D6 plus your con mod, shall we say? That may make
Okay.
sense. Yeah.
All right then.
So it's 5 plus whatever each of your con mods are.
So 8
Oh.
for me.
Oh, you rolled. Oh, okay. Cool. Oh, I rolled a 5 as well. So there we go.
Nice.
That is 7 for me.
Lovely job. Yeah, you
So 7 temporary.
you
hit
jump
points.
into it. It's bracing. It's cold. Your head clears somewhat, Nyala. This takes you a million of miles away from that desert. This is one of a different kind, but this one is cold and cool, and you can no longer feel the burning on your back. Instead, you feel the ice water trickling and soddening your fur.
To be fair, because of the back is burned, she doesn't have much nerve feeling
Mhm,
there.
mhm.
So she
But-
feels the cold, but like with
Yeah.
like a delay.
Yeah, it's got to get through the scar tissue first into and then it's when it starts seeping up you, kind of the rising damp up through the fur, like kind of getting to like the upper parts of your arms and stuff like that. Ijara just claps. How could my day get better?
What?
This is amazing.
But come join us.
No, it's not for me. You see how much I'm wearing?
Chicken.
I'm not chicken, not at all.
Chicken.
I have done it. Look, me and Gerald have
Chicken.
romped many times naked in the snow. It is not the day for that. It is the day for traveling.
Yeah, we don't have time for her to be able to take all that off and then have to put it all back on.
Come on, look, the
Let's get
sun is
back to
already
time.
up.
Like, Odds quickly, like just trying to get himself warm again.
Yeah.
Just like, fuck.
Bjorn,
He.
Bjorn and
sits on
Espen,
top of the cart and just like ready to go again.
yeah, Bjorn and Espen hungrily eat the sausage that you are feeding them, Ray. Their big snouts are cold and moist as they snuffle into your hand, and they kind of big, fat, wide, bristly tongue kind of goes in between your fingers, and that pink piece of meat kind of slides between and cleans every scrap they can from your hands, and then sniff at you expectantly. Excuse me. You kind of pat the side of their great jaws, then powerful muscles that you feel there, and their little ears, and you kind of give them a tweak. And then you can get back on the cart and begin your day's travel.
Yeah, Nyala is going to fetch a blanket though.
Yeah.
And she's going to wrap herself and Arden in the blanket, like.
Yeah.
She knows his cold, so and her fur is not so cold, so yeah. Get himself a little bit of warmth
Okay.
and snuggling.
Ijara takes up the reins. Ray, do you mind if I drive today? I kind of feel like a change. Did you drive it last time, Ray? You
Yeah.
did drive, yeah, didn't you?
And
Do you mind if I drive today?
no problem
You
with it.
come and sit up with me if you want. I just fancy a go. You know, I haven't done it in a while, so. You get on the cart. There's this brief sort of that first initial getting some momentum, and you start traveling. Like I said, you cross
Just
that.
make sure we're going the right direction. I get out the ring and just see whether
Yeah, it
still
drags.
pulling in the same.
Yeah, it drags. At this distance, you can't really tell much other than the distance. You know, like you can feel it giving you a tug toward something. Can someone roll me? Oh, sorry.
Piece
Yeah.
of admin.
Yep.
Don't bother getting rid of rations for today.
Okay.
2.
Yeah. All your rations are up.
I did it.
You took
got
them
as
out of
far as I
yours.
did. No, I have create food and water.
Okay.
Oh, great.
So I've just
Cool.
been doing that. That's what's like. I have to at least RP this a little bit because
Yeah.
I'm wasting a 3rd level spell for it.
No, brilliant. Okay.
Okay. Gosh.
Yeah. Can someone who wants to do me a D100, please?
Pete,
Yes, Jack.
I'm sorry, but can I go for a second? I need to use the little.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, we'll get this D100 roll. And I'm gonna say odds it's Nyala, evens it's Arden.
Oh, I just
Evens.
rolled. Okay.
It's even, so I'll take yours.
Okay, cool. 34.
34. Let's have a little look in my little book.
No storm giants, no storm giants, no storm
No.
giants, no storm giants. Stone giants,
jinx it.
stone giant. No giants in general.
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nyala is snuggling Arden though. Like she's in the mood.
Jack,
with
go.
him.
Just go, and I'll hold on, guys.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Can you-
cool.
Sorry, can you remind me of that roll, please, Mr. Arden?
34.
34. Okay. As the cart starts moving along, make me you rolled, so you're on the top. You got the best view. With Nyala's help, you're keeping an eye on the road. Ray and Ijara are mainly kind of little bits of small talk here. It's quite quiet, but you are focused on the bears and the road ahead. You guys are doing the skylining type thing. You're looking out to see what you can see. Make me some perception checks, or either 2 or 1 with advantage for Arden. Do it whichever way you like. I don't mind.
How's your
Ah.
perception?
I have +8. That's the thing.
You roll at advantage.
So, cool.
Okay.
Let's have it.
Okay. 15 + 8. 23?
23. You seem to see a long way off. You narrow your vision, and the cold's kind of in your, on your back, and it kind of starts like getting to your eyes, and the cloud is kind of gradually kind of getting closer down. It's getting kind of quite not oppressive, but you can tell that something's brewing in the clouds. It's changing straight shapes. It's not like these long, thin clouds. They're starting to undulate and move together. But you notice some way off, just to the west of your travel, so to the left of the cart as you travel north, you notice what appears to be a dark shape in the snow,
Mhm.
quite flat and low to the ground, but it is very obvious. And from a long way off, you probably think maybe 150 feet. Maybe it's a long way from where you are really. But you can see this dark shape in the snow, but you also see the snow around it sort of from this distance. You see that the snow looks like it's moving.
Hold up.
Nope.
That's what you see, Niala.
Okay. Going to relay that to the others. No, just looking at the sky a bit worried.
Mm-hmm.
Please, no storm. I don't have the energy in me for a storm today.
I don't think that's a storm. That's on the ground. That's moving.
Mm.
Is it moving just where it is, stationary
It's
moving? Or is it
static.
moving?
You can see like a dark
Okay.
shape, and as you're getting closer, you're kind of moving up closer. You can definitely make out this dark shape, and you see also like a it literally looks like the snow is moving, and you can see the dark thing on the ground like jerking, twitching, as what looks like you're too far off to clearly make it out.
Hold
Please
up.
tell
I'm going
me.
to take a closer look.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll slow up beyond this one. Whoa.
Mm.
I jumped down off the cart. Right.
Mhm.
I'll be back in a moment.
Okay.
Going
And
alone.
well, I have a walking speed of 55 feet. So if it's 150 feet away, if I wanted to dash there, I could get back and forth in one. I could get back in one turn. So
How do you go?
I'm gonna walk over there.
Just start walking?
Towards it. Yeah, I'm just gonna start walking towards it, but probably at about. I'm just gonna take it slow, and I'm gonna, like, as I get closer, try and reevaluate what I can see what
Okay.
it is.
Let me have a stealth roll from you, please.
Okay. I'm going to give myself some guidance on that one. Can I guide myself on stealth? Probably not.
It's no, it doesn't count on ability checks, does it? I don't think.
Yeah,
Does
no,
it?
it's that's
Yeah,
exactly
of
what
course
it's
you can.
for.
Yeah, of course you can.
Ability
It's,
check.
the
Yeah,
ability
okay.
checks and state. It's the other one. I keep forgetting. There's another one, isn't there? What's the other one?
Bless.
Bless. That's what
that
I'm getting
only
confused with.
does attack rolls and saving.
Yeah, so
Let me just double check.
bless.
One always does one, does the other one does. Yeah, attack roll and saving throws for bless. Guidance for cantrips. And it's a 1. 12.
12. Okay.
Not the greatest roll in the world.
You are quiet. You lay your feet gently in the snow. And how close are you going to get?
Let's go 80 feet away to begin with.
80 feet away. Okay. You get closer and you start making out what you thought was moving snow. You see two. Oh, hold on. Let's see how many. You see that there are 5
That went up a lot.
massive wolves
Mm.
Terrible.
surrounding a corpse of something. They're hungrily feeding on it and pulling it apart, and what you thought was the snow was this white fur, perfectly camouflaged. The only way you could see it was when it ruffled and when they tugged at something, and you can smell the scent of blood in the air, and you can see that their chops are red and blooded as they hungrily feast on this.
What is it? Is it a dead screeger?
It could be a screeger. This looks like maybe it might have been a calf. It's smaller. It's not a full size. Something that they could track down quite easily.
I'm going to turn around and slowly make my way back.
As you go to turn around, one of the heads turns
Shit. Fucking wolf perception.
and looks at you, and you lock eyes.
I stop moving.
It turns its head fully, and an arcing piece of tendon
Don't want to
rips
disturb
away.
its meal. But I'm not going to run away because you're not meant to run away from wolves.
And it glares
Just
at
stay
you.
still, and I just stare. Don't do anything. Don't move.
You guys see Arden walk off and then freeze, stock still. Approximately about 6. Do you want to get? Did you say 80 feet? So that means
I was 80 feet away from the wolves, so that means I'm 70 feet away.
70 feet away from you, folks. Just freeze, stock still. What is it doing?
I think he's stuck.
Oh no!
I kind of just raise up my hands to my side, and I'm just like,
What is he doing
Right.
now?
Back away.
doing this, like, it's okay, it's all right. Not here to disturb you. I'll just leave you
My
to your meal.
apologies for ruining breakfast.
Yes, didn't want to disturb you. I'll leave you to it. Not going to take it away from you.
Make me an animal handling
Oh.
check.
Oh boy.
Okay. Oh, that was almost good. That was almost good. So that's 15.
The pack leader, the one that stares at you, takes a few steps towards, lowers its head and growls. This thing
Don't.
rumbles through you, and you kind of almost feel it in your diaphragm.
Yeah.
as it and its face drips with like fresh blood.
Sinew and blood.
Yeah.
Not going to move, because the moment you start running, that is, you are prey. So I'm just standing still, kind of just like, yep, continuing my like, okay, not gonna, no, kind of lower myself a little bit to make myself not be like standing off and standoffish.
You're not
lowering
being the
myself to be-
dominant.
I'm not being a threat. I'm not trying to be dominant.
You have to show your neck.
Ray, what would you like to do? As you think you see these strange mimes in the snow 70 feet away. Oh, your mic's come unpopped again, dude. That damn microphone.
Hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
now I can.
can hear
Worst part is it's only undone a little bit. I can hear all you guys fine
Yeah.
until I start to talk.
It's just the output, not the input.
Yeah. I was wondering, can we see the wolves, or is he just doing straight up miming?
You can see this kind of movement and you see something move away from the main mass, but you can't. The camouflage is so good. You can just see another slightly darker thing, but you can't really make out what creatures they are.
I would
The
like to
snow's
use my action to give myself the cantrip message,
okay.
and I would like to send a message to Arden.
Yes, yes, very good. I like this.
So he just goes, oh shit, just starts pulling out his multi-tool and starts fiddling with things to try and find the right bit. It's like,
The right adapter.
well, yeah, I have to. It's a magic item thing.
Yeah.
It's like, just sort of paused. Arden, everything okay? You sort of just froze.
I can reply to message, can I? It's something that
Yes,
you
you
reply
can.
to.
You can.
I can reply to message.
Yes, you can reply.
25 words.
Now for the next 8 hours, I can cast message.
Oh, okay. Right. Just I don't know this. I don't know that there's a limit. Bunch of dire wolves here. Interrupted their lunch. Trying
Oh.
to slowly back away and not make myself a threat.
Oh, they're hungry. Okay, I
I'm
would like to
trying
go
approach.
back into. I would like to go back into the cabin
Yes.
in which I have currently magically created enough bacon and sausage to feed 15 people.
Yeah.
Of course you fucking have.
Because that's what the crate food and water spell does.
Yeah.
And I said bacon and sausages.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, you've turned the cart into literal bait.
Okay.
I would like to just pull out like the baking tray of the just cooked on breakfast and just like put it in front.
Why?
Where?
What's better?
I would like.
26 bacon or Arden?
Why are you trying to?
Where are you
Do
putting
you?
this? I need to know exactly where you're putting this, Mr. Ray,
Oh,
because you could
God.
put it in it. Well, you tell me where you're
By
putting
the
it.
bears. The bears are just gonna fucking eat it.
Okay, I would like to give the tray 2 scraps and just send scraps that direction.
Okay, what is that direction? Is that towards the walls?
Just away from Arden.
Okay, I like an angle.
Like due angle from
Yeah,
me.
West.
Like,
Yeah.
Arden's going
Here's
this
an
way.
idea.
Arden's going forward and just send it like away.
Yeah.
Here's
yeah.
an idea. Do you want Queenie to take the food and put it away for you?
Well,
Airdrop sausages
Just
and
airdrop
bacon.
Sausages and bacon over.
Yeah.
Yes.
good idea.
Can this happen? Because
ask
I.
Queenie
It's
to
right.
airdrop them breakfast.
It's raining sausages and meatball and fucking bacon. Great.
I
No,
need Queenie to roll a
He
ranged
does.
attack.
What the hell?
No,
guys?
I'm not going to
Every
aim it
single
at the
session
wolf.
we do something weird.
Where are you aiming it?
Just
Like-
drop it like in the middle of the pack. Just like bacon
Yeah,
solves
just
every
like
problem.
near enough. So
Bacon solves everything.
I've
That's,
already said
that's
it.
the episode title. You've already said it once. Bacon solves everything.
Solves depression and direwolves.
Oh god.
What else can it solve in this one game? Let's see.
Just not heart disease.
Oh no. So
I
yeah,
have less
Arden,
resignation for
there
that
is
one.
a small Queenie that flies
Like-
above your head, several feet up, and it has underneath it a small
bacon
piece
tray.
of I think it's like a
Like a
piece
sack?
of a wrap of cloth that it's holding in its little paws, and all of a sudden you see it kind of just gesture slightly and release one, and the cloth unfolds like a sail behind Queenie and tumbling end over end from the sky is enough bacon and sausages to feed 11
15
people.
humanoids.
Well, no, you've already fed some people, haven't you? Have you minus
Yeah,
us from that?
3. So
Oh, yeah. There you go. So yeah,
12.
11 humanoids and 5 steeds.
yeah, 11 humanoids, and it just tumbles from the sky.
5
Bub, bub,
bears.
bub, 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 and sausages and bacon start raining down. The wolves jump and
No,
obviously
but
start.
I've made enough to feed 5 bears. It's
Oh,
per
shit.
spell.
Damn.
Yeah, the wolves
15
start.
humanoids and 5 steeds.
They dart out from where it's dropped immediately, but then then they kind of run away, like 20 25 feet away, and then the one that's at you, Arden, actually runs towards you as it's scared out from this central position, and it doesn't
Right.
really look at you. It looks at this kind of tup, 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 and then a glance over the shoulder, and it proceeds to pad back, it leaving paw prints like the size of dinner plates in the snow as it walks back, and its footfalls are deadly soft as it
As it
pads
turns
across
its
the
back
snow.
to me,
Yeah,
I just start walking backwards
Just,
Yeah.
I can just
slowly.
imagine.
And then when I feel like it's just carried on with its
Mm.
day, I'm going to turn around and make my way back to the car.
I can just imagine the camera view as Arden turns around. You see Ray go.
yeah. You just see Ray on the cart, like thumbs up.
no,
Queenie,
it's just
I
Queenie
just climb
swoops
back
back.
up onto the cart and I just sit down next to them. And I'm just like,
Just a walkie-talkie in one hand and just going, yes, did it. Solved problems with bacon.
Really is going
bacon
to go on Arden's shoulder at this point. Like, cut.
solves everything.
Like,
Arden, take that, vegetarian.
Let's give them a wide berth, at least 100 feet, and make our way around.
And she starts with a quick jerk of the reins. Bjorn and Espen begin to start padding off through the snow. We continue.
Sorry, it's just tickled me what just happened.
I think
Yeah.
that was absolutely
That was a
marvelous.
brilliant way to handle it, yeah.
I think it was marvelous.
Queenie,
I am
airdrop the
familiar.
bacon on the wolves.
you guys tend to forget that.
Because you know what, Queenie has been a bit quiet of late, all right?
Yeah.
That's all. Queenie's just been quiet, and we've missed her.
He is an owl cat.
Yeah,
An
we
owl
missed.
cat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember the
it
art.
sleeps most of the time. It's a cuddly baby.
As per the spell description, enough food to feed 15 humanoids and 5 steeds.
Jesus
Well,
Christ.
that is a lot of food.
I was like, I have all of this.
So that's enough for the 5 direwolves. And
Yeah, they gorge themselves
Christ.
and get heart disease at the same time. Who rolled?
Kill 'em
So
with kindness.
I'm gonna say for the absolute mad bit of work you did there, Ray. I think I might even award an inspiration. What do we think?
Absolutely.
Yes.
That was such an ingenious way to handle that.
Take an inspiration. That was lovely. Right. Can we also get from Mr. Jack or Ray an encounter roll, please? Roll me a D100.
Can I ask a question first?
Mm.
Don't know what inspiration means.
It's
So
on your top right
basically-
hand. So, you go, Luke.
Yeah. No, it's all right. You can essentially re-roll any roll you like. It's a free advantage. If you don't like the result of something, you can use your inspiration to re-roll.
Thank you. Sorry, hasn't happened yet.
That's right. It's a little box on the right hand side at the top of
Yeah,
your sheet.
I
You
found
see it?
Looks like a sun.
Yep.
Now I know what that bit means. Thank you.
Roll me that
He-
D100 I crave.
Pete only throws them out now and again. They don't happen very often.
I am very, very. You know what? It's because I forget that it's a rule.
Yeah, you forget that it's a thing.
Yeah. It's not me being cruel. It's just I
No,
just
I know. You
forget.
just forget. Yeah,
Because
fine.
there are a lot of rules. You know, this
But
game.
I quite like the fact that you forget about it because it means that when something really cool does happen,
Yeah. It is
like
really
that, for
cool.
instance, it just makes you go, actually, you know what?
It was inspired. So
Yes, exactly.
it's-
It,
yeah,
ma-
there you
ma- it makes them feel more
special.
valuable. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Jack. Please. What was that D100 roll?
35.
35.
One more than the last one.
Just
And
looks
there's
at
10
Arden.
dire wolves.
Bacon.
I'm gonna need you to re-roll, please. Sorry.
I think it would be time though for Arden to actually hear the sending from Yarlo.
Oh
In a
yeah,
bit,
in a mo.
In a bit.
We'll see what this next encounter is, and then we'll go.
Just throwing the idea because
Mhm.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, I haven't forgotten, don't worry.
Go, Jack. What was that next one?
Was supposed to be after breakfast. I would ask you the questions, but things happened.
45.
45. Sorry, I missed that. Oh. Okay. You travel for some time, and the plains undulate, as you well know. They're not a perfectly flat, but they appear flat when you look at them over any great distance. But you know there are ups and downs, and there are hidden little cracks and crevices where you might sort of lose sight of the horizon for a moment. And it's at one of these points that you kind of drop down slightly. You come across something. This looks like an unnatural cut into the snow that you come across. You can see it's uniform in a way. It's very natural in a way also. It could be maybe burrowed, or the shape is too regular, but not completely regular. It's not like someone's taken a Minecraft block of snow out or built a corridor and it's all straight walls, but it is kind of uniform, the shape that you find in front of you. And it kind of leads down and to the left. You can easily traverse around it if you wish. It is quite easy to do so. It's up to you what you do with it. Are we in a rush? Are we in an adventurous mood? I leave it to the party.
guys,
There's no harm looking down it, is there? Seeing what's down there.
yeah, a bit curious though. Should we go?
No harm in
Shara,
looking.
how are you feeling this one?
Yeah, I'll have a look. I don't really mind.
Doesn't look like it. As I said, it looks uniform. It doesn't look like a burrow of some sort. It looks like it's almost been made by tools.
Make an investigation check for me
Okay.
as you kind of go to the edge of it to look a bit closer.
Oh, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. As you look, you can see that the floor is not regular, but
Oh,
the
it's a complete floor.
sides are regular. Yeah, it's just imagine if like you kind of got like
Just
walls
a
like
cube.
this, and then it kind of curves down. But
Mm.
what you notice on the floor is you see big blocks, shaped blocks of ice that have fallen. You believe you might have even been able to cruise right over the top of this thing. But there seems to have been a collapse, and now you can see that there's this cut into the ice.
Almost like it was tunneled and then it's collapsed on top.
You look at the blocks closely, and with that dirty 20, you can tell that these were not made by an unintelligent hat. You can see that they aren't just blocks, they're shaped, they're architrave, they're curved in places. And you can even make out faint lines of embellishment. It's old.
Mm. Does this remind me of a particular entrance to a particular monastery that was buried out in the snow? Or
Roll
something
me a
similar?
history check to see what you remember of this.
Um, 12.
It's not Zimrica.
No, I didn't think it was, but
There's a
like
strange
the entrance to something.
Yeah, it is definitely like the entrance to something. It does have a maybe like a tomb-like feel to it, though.
Long way out.
It's pretty.
I don't know how old this thing is.
Hmm.
It's old. Feels. I don't know. It feels familiar, but at the same time, not.
Could be a monk thing.
I don't necessarily think it's a monk thing, but I do think it's something to do with, well, Zimrica was the whole study and caretaking of the dead. This falls within that purview.
Hmm.
Do you want to take a
Break in
look?
the ice that keeps going down.
Sorry,
Sorry,
say again?
Jack.
Like a break in the ice that's like keeps going down.
It kind of
Was-
goes down like a cut, and then it seems to curve to the left, but you can't quite see what's around that corner without going into this thing, into this crevice. You can't take the cart there either. It's going to be too rough. The whatever's collapsed from up that's fallen down to make this kind of cleft into the ice has kind of left the floor quite disturbed.
I imagine DM that I haven't heard anything like it.
No, I imagine not.
Oh, sorry, I've got a bit of cramp.
It's all right.
Should we send Queenie? Take a look. See if it's safe to move
Sure.
down.
Can you hold me?
I mean, sure.
Come on.
I'm
Yeah.
getting-
And your
Oh, crap.
your vision drifts into Queenie's vision, and you feel that wonderful feel of the cold beneath your feathers as you begin to fly, your tail kind of trailing out behind you like a little as you go as you start swooping forwards towards and down into this place. It drops about sort of 20 feet down and begins to curve to the left. And what you see is you can see more of these tumbled ice cut blocks, and you see that it would continue beneath the ice. You see a tunnel that is collapsed inside. you actually are able to go under slightly part of this architrave, this carved ice masonry, if you want to call it, like ice blocks that make a curved archway, and then you get to a point where it has collapsed inside. It's definitely a structure made out in the ice,
Okay.
but it is impassable for Queenie at the moment.
Yeah. She's going to relay the information that she's seeing. She
Mhm,
cannot hear what she's saying, but
mhm.
she tells.
Yeah, in her trance-like state, eyes rolled back in the head, she regales you with this information.
It's less creepy than that.
I know, but I'm just imagining that face on a cat head.
No, no.
Like cat fangs and toothpicks. Like, okay. Oh, oh God. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm really struggling with cramp here. It's really, it's like I'm trying not to laugh, but at the same time, I'm in a lot of pain.
We're also trying not to laugh at your pain, but
Yeah, I know. I'm putting really weird faces, I'm aware, but it's just like, fuck.
what do you do with this information? What do you want to do?
I mean, Queenie's still going to circle around the area,
Mhm.
like trying to see if there's something of interest, like text, engravings, or anything.
No, but one point Queenie kind of swoops up and out and does a circle, but she circles high. And from this aerial view, you can make out a shape, a regular shape beneath the ice, like where the snow and ice is mounded on top. But you can definitely make out a structure of some sort, like quite straight lines that's buried beneath.
P. Does it look like an old tower?
Does it look like an old tower? No,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
Doesn't look like an old tower. It looks like a regular, like oblong kind of shape.
Okay. So kind of
Like an obelisk.
No. It as Queenie flies quite high, you can make out the boundary of a building that might be beneath the
Oh.
ice. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Relaying once
Mhm.
again.
Right.
She
Okay.
cannot hear you, by the way. So if you want to communicate with her, you're going to have some tippy tappies.
Last message. It's in your brain.
True. Yeah.
Or cast message to Queenie so Queenie can relate. I don't know how that works. That's
No,
weird.
just cast message to Niala, and
Yeah.
it's just in her head.
Yeah. What would you like to say in 25 words or less?
Is everything okay? Do we need to proceed further?
And she's not replying like in her head, because this is kind of a weird thing, like because
Mhm.
she's
Yeah.
out there, but she
Now-
hears you like nearer.
Now
She-
you hear. Now there's both Queenie in your head and Ray and his nonsense.
Oh no.
Let me tell you this:
Telepathy.
it's better that that Nyala is hearing Ray than Ray is in Nyala's head. Believe me, that's better this way. But no, she's
Ray. Just
yeah.
texting message being, I have telepathy. And his little walkie-talkie.
Yeah, no, she's speaking to you, but like physically. Yeah, everything's fine. How did you? But never mind. It's just the building. I see the outline of of an old building here. It's so weird. It's so fascinating. Should I get Queenie back?
Unless you can see anything further, I think we should.
I don't see much. There would be, if we had time, it would be interesting to go in.
Did we come with like a map? Or did we just head off?
I believe the party has a map of Frohast in general.
I was
Gained.
wondering, with cartography knowledge,
Mhm.
could I just mark this on the map and be like,
Of
for
course.
a later date?
Exactly. Yeah. No. Exactly. You can approximate where you are by the position of the sun and the sort of time of day and time of year. You can work out to a rough area where this place might be.
Do I roll for it, or are you just going to?
No. It's not something that you need to roll for. I'm going to say that's within your photography remit. It's
I was
not
just
a.
wondering.
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, if you wanted to, you can. Of
Expertise in cartography. I was wondering if you were just going to give it me, or if I had to roll
course.
for it.
No, just take it. Take it.
So if you ask Nyala, she's good with topography, so she can help you.
No.
Now, hear me out. Why don't we just take a little peek?
Nyala cannot hear you.
Yala,
You do it through the loop.
Yeah.
with the, because she can't hear us, I'm having to cast message to her brain.
I'm up
Yeah.
for anything, you know. I'm with you guys wherever you want to go. I can still. I've kind of lost
How
contact.
big does the building look like?
Big.
How big?
Yeah.
The part that you can make out, you can estimate. Queenie can estimate rather, through Nyala's knowledge of measure and size. You believe it to be probably about where the collapse is. You probably estimate to be 60 feet by 100 feet. 60 by 100. Big space.
Wow.
Okay. I mean, what's an hour?
She cannot hear you. I cannot hear you. I cannot respond to you.
I know, but Ray's sending messages.
Yeah, we'll assume it's going through the loop.
Okay. Okay. We don't exactly have time. You were the one pressing us to go after the cultist.
Yes, but at the same time, like, we're still keeping good time. I only
You
have one
gain
after.
some patience.
I've always had patience.
No, you don't.
1 hour.
1
That's it.
hour? Sounds good to me. Can you do the dummy thing over the bears though before we go? I don't want to leave the bears exposed.
If I
think
do
that's
the
a good
dummy thing, I have to be inside the dome.
Ah,
Shit.
okay.
Cast
What about
alarm
yes, that's exactly what I
around
was about
the
to suggest. Yeah.
Okay.
What do you cast around the bears?
Alarm.
Ah,
I just leave one of my little spider robots next to the bears,
Mm-hmm. Cool.
and it will ring if anything happens in my head.
Okay. Yeah, you can proceed forwards. You come down into this little crevasse, and the snow rises up, and you can sort of navigate over these big blocks of ice, and a little spider nestles down in the snow, and then it's like very, very observant, little mechanical little spid, all 8 eyes looking in different directions, down in the snow, and you proceed down, and you can see like a piece of like sculpted, made ice, an ice palette, an ice kind of like shape, a stone, and you can see tumbled blocks where part of the ceiling has collapsed and blocked the passage going forward.
Anything that comes within a 20-foot cube of the spider robot,
Just
like a sonar. Sorry, I'm just glad after last week I'm being useful. You didn't hear what I was saying, did you?
I heard that you said you were being useful.
After last week, I'm glad I'm being useful.
What did you? Why were
Well,
you?
why weren't you useful last week?
Because all I did last week was cause a potential environmental
True.
disaster. That's
True.
all I did
True.
last
You
week.
could have ended. You potentially ended the world.
With
Godfrey,
cats.
we were right. Godfrey is the BBEG. Like, we predicted it a long time ago.
Glad I'm being useful.
Yes, you have a ton of rocks, a ton of blocks of ice in front of you, folks. What would you like to do?
Fire. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a way to remove all this quickly.
Are you asking the two pyromaniac
I mean,
to
it's what we're
set
good at.
in fire?
So have control water. Just
I do.
turn it into
Oh,
water.
true. Yeah, ice
It's
is.
less
Yeah, you can
explosive.
do that, can't you?
I mean, technically,
You can. I'm
we
pretty sure it's
technically
within
can.
control water.
but it does say.
If you can turn water into ice, you can turn ice into water.
Yes.
It's the same thing but
What?
backwards. I'm sure Pete will let you.
To be fair, it does say choose an area of water. So yeah. Okay.
Ice is
ne-
water. Come on.
I
Unless
know.
it's-
I am aware.
Unless it's not water here.
You're speaking to the chemist of the group here.
Don't eat
Yeah.
the yellow snow.
Yeah. What if it's not? What if it's not water? What if it's something else that's frozen?
There's still water in piss.
Frozen methane, just solid methane. No, temperature's wrong.
Yeah. So Queenie comes
Frozen
back.
citric
Nyala
acid.
comes back.
So sour. Sorry, we'll continue. Sorry, Niala, please, we'll shut up.
Yeah. But yeah, Queenie comes back. Nyala comes back too, also. And I think Bray and Nyala are just going to push away some snow with shape water, I take.
We just start carving our way through down this round this bend and.
Yeah, it's kind of it's settled, and you start boring cubes of it out. Like you kind of start pushing it to the side, and it's an interesting kind of tunnel because you're now tunneling through fallen blocks of ice, and you get this wonderful, strange prisms that are created that the light kind of juts through as you kind of go into the ice, and you can see where the blocks are falling. You're cutting them all at strange angles. It's almost like walking through a diamond, a really sort of rough cut diamond, and you find steps again now made of ice as you start proceeding down, and you find a set of stairs and you're able to move down, and you are in a huge chamber. There's not a sound. There's not a light. Just a little bit of light is reflected from and down the tunnel, but into pitch blackness and a vast space. You just make out in front of you columns that rise up. Not of natural formation again. These are also carved completely out of ice.
Okay.
And then fading into darkness in front of you, those who do not have dark vision. But then, whoop, banners on, goggles on. Yep. You make out that there are several of these
Amazing.
columns going forwards.
The whole place is carved from ice. This is impressive. This will have taken a long time.
It's beautiful.
Start wandering through.
Your feet echo, and are you walking? So as you begin to walk, you can see that the space opens up. There are 4 columns that go across the space that kind of support a reasonably flat ceiling. It undulates slightly where there has been some melt, and there are a few like hanging spears of like ice water drip where it's gone down, and refrozen at various points. Are you heading down the very dead center of the 6, so you're in between them, or are you?
Yeah, let's do that.
Are you happy to do that, the rest of you
Walk
guys?
through.
Yeah. Your feet begin to echo off the ground, and then perception checks from who's leading. I need a marching order. I think Arden sounds like them leading.
Mhm.
I'll have a
Unless
perception check.
anybody. Yeah.
No, it's not far.
Cool. I will have a perception check from Arden. They're at the front.
I'd say Ray's near Arden because Ray's controlling the lights,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
so Arden can see.
You're doing no. Arden's got a
Well, I
dark
can
vision.
see.
Oh, my apologies.
I've got a little multicolored like peacock bandana.
Yeah.
13.
13. You notice a small pile of bones in front of you.
Oh, that's never good.
About sort of 10 feet in front of you. You just start to you see a little pile of bones.
What do you find?
Body.
Uh-oh.
What's left of one anyway.
That's
Does
even
he have
worse.
big teeth marks in him?
I approach the bones.
You walk over it and you just saw them stark white is your dark vision, that grey, that contrast that you get when you're looking
Mhm.
through dark vision. And you just saw white and it was that kind of a female or something sticking out. You get closer, you realize this is a pile of lots of bones, but these aren't hominid at all. They're not humanoid in a way sense that everything's far. It might be a very small hominid, but you pick up a skull and you begin to turn it in marsupial in nature, maybe, as you sort of turn it in your hand, like long,
Mm.
large eyes, too big.
Could I make a medicine check to try and identify?
It'd be nature,
Be nature.
I think.
Okay.
Because you are trying to ascertain its nature
Hmm.
rather than how
I just
it.
thought from the actual skeleton I might be able to.
Mhm.
Okay. No, that's right. Then nature. Right. Fine. Let's have a go. Okay, not bad. That is 17.
17.
No, 18. Sorry.
18. You think this is like a pile of raccoon bones? Kind of like raccoon type creature. It's like
stuff down here.
it's like a whole family.
Oh, damn.
Like that's why it's a pile. Like it's not.
Okay.
They're like they're all wrapped round each other. They're almost frozen in. Some of them are even embedded in the ice still. That's why you've got a couple of jointy angles, but they kind of. You look and you think they huddled together for warmth in this space, and then they froze. And with the thaw and the melt, their bodies gradually decayed. They were left here, just this little pile.
That's sad.
What is?
Just seems like a group of animals froze to death.
Oh.
Ray walks up to it.
Ray, no. Leave them
Give them new
alone.
life.
No. Leave them alone, okay? I swear, when you're going north, I'm going to hunt an animal for you and you can use their skull, but not them.
Where do you think I got scraps from?
I will hunt you something
I can
as a
hunt my own
sorry.
things. It's there.
Let me fuss over you, okay? Let me fuss.
So you're
You
about
know I have a mother.
And
In fact, what did mother say? Busy.
let me fuss. You guys never let me fuss over you, so once in a while.
Right. As strange as this conversation is, let's be aware that we're in an underground, massive ice cavern that none of us have ever seen before. So let's just keep our wits about us, please.
The goth child has found the bones.
Are you taking the bones?
Not if it's going to cause problems.
Right. Let's carry on.
If Nyala didn't cause problems, yes, it would have been a thing.
you're
will
about
cause
40 feet into the cave, and you start making out something the other side as your 60 feet of dark vision starts picking up something. You see a dais, raised steps coming up. You see two large pillars of ice that are wider, fatter, and kind of chunkier that are supporting this end. Like great ballasts of ice. And you see a hollow that is bored into the ice. And you also see something like an altar, but much wider and not set sideways to you, but set lengthways to you. And
This
that
is doom.
platform matches up with the hole that's in the wall.
This is definitely a tomb.
If this is a tomb, I am out of here. I had my fair share with the monastery. I am out.
There's only one. This place
Yeah.
was built for one person.
Yeah. Out the door.
Now look, don't you want to know who? Who had the power and the money and influence to have this entire place built for them, and how are they not known?
Right. Let me ask the other way around. Jack, no. Sorry. Jack, no.
I'm not reading the chat.
It's a Discord message. It just pops. Anyway. I hate you. Okay.
I didn't expect it. She had it out. I was trying to be funny. Sorry.
Sorry. Let me ask the other way around. Do you want to know how the Lich built its tower? No. I don't want to know what kind of catacomb someone is crazy enough to build to have this prevail for what, maybe centuries?
Nyala, I don't think you actually want me to honestly answer that question.
I'm curious.
Oh my
Me
God.
too. Horrendously. Now I can't think of anything else.
Ishara, say something. It's going to end very badly.
This place is freaking cool.
Am I the
Yeah,
only
I
I
voice
like-
of
think you've been
reason right now?
outvoted. Okay,
I'm gonna
let's
make
do
my
a
way
vote.
over.
No,
Let's do a
don't
vote.
I'm making my way over.
Wait for me.
So, yep.
As you get within 20 feet of the first set of steps, you start hearing a cracking sound.
Oh,
You hear this.
This, I hate this. I hate this. I hate
And you
this.
hear
cracking
that.
of ice or
You know when you get when you bite an ice cube,
yeah,
that kind of squeak snap sound.
yeah. From where?
the pillars at the front, the
Oh, no.
chunky pillars. They shudder. The ground rumbles.
Out, we're out, out, out now.
They
It's going.
each of them in turn, almost synchronously, does this at the top end and shakes, and ice falls away, and great big arms come out from the side of these pillars, and then
We're
Nope,
legging
nope,
it. Yeah.
nope, 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 nope.
great big, I mean, gigantic
fuck?
ice creatures stand. They shake their heads. They've got these great big long beards also made of ice. Their heads spike up like Jack Frost's hair. They are almost completely transparent apart from where the ice clings to their
Ice giant.
them.
Ice giant.
No,
Ice-
not an ice giant.
What the fuck did I fucking told you?
And they stand, but they've freed themselves. You can see these kind of black pits of eye, and they kind of then turn and regard you. They are a large creature for your information,
Two of them.
2 of them. They just stand.
Hello. Oh, hello.
Hi. Hello. Do you? Oh,
Go.
Rayla and Shapar puts his hand out.
wayward travelers. We mean no disrespect. We found this amazing place and thought we'd take a look. Seemed undisturbed for I don't know how long.
I mean, the history of this place would be amazing.
Yeah, I would agree with you in normal times, but
Long have we slumbered.
I got that voice.
Sorry to wake you. Who's buried here? Point to the what I presume is a sarcophagus or mausoleum of sort.
Yeah. You notice something. Where there should be a sarcophagus,
I don't like the term should be.
where there should be a sarcophagi on top of this ice-shaped plinth that is sent lengthways to you. Everything is right about this having a sarcophagus
Except
or
there
a
isn't one.
tomb, but it's not there. And then you see the hole in the wall, the other side of it. And you can see that it is almost the size and shape of a sarcophagus. Maybe a bit wider.
Like it's been dug out, or like somebody's tunneled in and then pulled the sarcophagus out through that hole, or
Yeah.
Can I ask a
Yeah.
question?
Arden, your thinking is
somebody's
spot
robbed this
on.
tomb.
Yes. But you then look up and notice the positioning of the golems, these ice beasts. Their shoulders are forward of the plinth. They're there to guard this way.
Bad.
Their
Oh,
eyes fixed forward.
You've been robbed.
We have stood watch.
In the wrong direction.
Right.
Here's somebody made a back door.
Explain.
I just hold up a mirror.
I assume there was a long deceased person here. Somebody has tunneled in from behind and taken them while you were so vigilantly watching
The front
the
door.
front door.
They kind of do that slow, like they get like one huge finger, pat the plinth,
Yeah.
they
We-
take
we
a finger
are.
and put it down the hole, like
Have failed. Our duty failed.
Well, hold on. Maybe not entirely. Who was buried here?
oh, let me get you their name.
Tell me it's
I
not.
have an idea.
Oh God.
I have an
So
idea.
do I.
I know who stole it from it. His name's Venet.
Well, we don't know that yet.
I don't care. I'm going to tell the golems that.
Oh. Oh,
Get
that's clever. That's clever. Oh, that's really clever.
Go get him.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, but what happens when they find out that he didn't?
They're made out of ice. I'm sure we can fix it. Venet's stuck.
They say
Relatusha.
Who?
Relatusha.
Rayla Russar.
REL.
REL.
History check.
AR.
Hold on, 1 second,
Rayla.
1 second.
TOU Shah. CHA.
TOU.
CHA.
Rayla
Hey.
Tushar. It's a
Oh,
coincidence that there's a Rayla that was buried here and we have a Rayla with us, right?
Yeah.
You,
Rayla, you sure it's not you that was buried here?
no, I don't live anywhere near here, and my name isn't Drusar.
that's all one word. Sorry, Rayla
Tusha.
Tusha.
Rayla Tusha. Oh, it's the
Yeah,
same
sorry.
name. Okay, it's not two separate names.
No,
Can
no.
I make a history?
You
See if
can,
I.
and you can do it with advantage, please.
Okay.
Rayla.
You
First
have been
Tusha.
rummaging in a library of Brohath.
true enough.
Why would
History.
anybody just steal a body?
19.
19. You remember from your readings, ancient readings, I mean, ancient texts that they've been re-scribed several times, and even then the text was faded. And this is a book that the scribes that you've come across within Litiana's library were not privy to keep rewriting. They weren't. It wasn't one of the most important texts that seemed to be cared about by Litiana or particularly focused upon. So it was a tatty copy with a rough leather bound sheath to it, and a rough leather bound cover in a kind of off reddish color and peeling away in places. And it was an ancient history of Frohast. And it talked of a Relatusha, a Becca Relatusha. And they were somewhat of a queen long ago. ruled all of Frohast.
Guys,
Yeah.
this is the tomb of an old queen of Frost. A very, very ancient and old queen.
So what? But some. Well, yeah. I mean, okay. Talk about grave robbing.
Yeah.
Guys have names. Looks at the two giant ice golem things.
We are nameless.
I'm going to call you Lefty and Righty for now, just for the sake of a conversation.
Which one of us is Lefty?
The one on the left.
Who's left?
Mine, let's just say. See, somebody stole your queen, right?
They
They're
have
not here.
fooled us.
Well, the thing is, me and my friends are currently on the lookout for a thief who stole my good friend over there's boat.
We despise thieves.
Good, good. Don't like them either. Well, we know of a guy who stole her boat and two dragons and probably is going to turn the dragons into parts. You dislike thieves?
We were built to stop thieves.
Okay, can you leave this building?
We have mobility.
And there's a as this great foot comes down in front of you.
I would like to cast Detect Magic with my goggles
Mm-hmm.
to at least figure out vaguely how these things function.
They're golems. They're golems made completely of ice, summoned out of the very bedrock of the not the bedrock, sorry, the material that the cave is made out of. This
So-
beautifully cast ice. Someone with great skill has carved this place and these creatures to watch it.
Now, we're on the trail of a thief who stole her boat and two dragons and charmed her entire family. Do you know what I mean by charmed? Like magic mess with brain.
We don't own brains, but
Vague idea.
we can make an approximation.
So I'm wondering if you guys, given the fact that you don't have a current purpose, wouldn't mind helping us fulfill ours and get it back on a thief.
We have purpose
What is your purpose?
to return our Duatu.
Okay. So you need to find out who stole your queen and put her back here.
We must.
I'm going to have a look at the hole that was bored.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is there a way of looking at the hole and assessing via the melt
How long it's been?
how long it's roughly been since this happened?
Long. The ice you can see was probably magically melted. You can kind of roughly work that out. But again, it's started to naturally form, like the drips from the ceiling here.
Yeah,
That you can see that
refrozen over time.
yeah, it's magically kind of created, but even with that, over the extreme amount of time, some of it has warped and changed. And as we all know, nature despises a vacuum; it tries to fill itself with things. And even if it's of bedrock, natural formations, creatures, things will move in, things will move out.
Yeah, like the raccoons.
Yeah,
Totally
like
will
the
be
raccoons.
staying there over there. And unfortunately will not be turned into a construct.
Shame. Missing out.
I know. I totally
Spares.
would have
Free
done
spare parts. Free
that. I
spare
know, but I
parts.
don't want to cause I don't want to cause an argument.
Sorry. Hmm. Back in DM mode. Back in Ice Golem mode.
Have you seen raccoon skulls? They're cool.
Freaking cool.
I know. I want one.
It seems this happened a very long time ago. The trail would be very, very cold
Cold.
by now. I
It's a good point. Do you even have like a concept of years in the?
At one point we counted.
Yeah, you've been here for ages.
Eons, I would say.
How?
is there anything else in here that you were protecting? Was just her body? Was because don't you guys need a control rod or something? Isn't there something that keeps you on the path of command?
Where's the remote?
Existence?
We do not know.
Ah. I do have,
You don't
sorry,
know.
a question. Please don't smash us or anything. We're really trying to help. Can we approach to look?
You would help us.
Yes, absolutely.
Always.
Out who robbed this tomb? And then yeah,
Try and find a queen, put her back.
Why?
We're decent people.
Yeah. I mean,
And also, to be honest, I think you're brilliant.
Dad, you are brilliant invention of magic and everything. Also, I
this
just,
is really cool history. I'm not gonna lie, this is awesome.
yeah.
Kind of
And
want to take one to Gretchen and say sorry about the Hogramishkin thing.
also, yeah. But in all
They're looking
fairness,
from each of you trying to follow the conversation. These hulking icings, every time they move, they kind of creak and crumble and like have this crack. They're trying to
Look.
follow the banter.
look, we are good people and we're trying to do good. And our specialty nowadays is just to repair the messes of others. So,
Plus, even if we weren't entirely good people, most not good people disagree with grave robbing. Like,
yeah.
come on. I'm not exactly decent, but at least I have taste.
You may look closer.
Thank you.
Plinth and
Yeah, she's going first. She's going as soon as she
Okay.
has the authorization. She's
Yeah, you put your hands on this perfectly carved ice. Yeah, it would be the same as an altar, but it comes up to like it would be where you could look into if it was an open coffin sort of thing, it'd be high enough to look into kind of thing. And you can see long ago, you can see like the outline of a sarcophagus type shape, a hominid sarcophagus shape. That's kind of where it was sat. The far end, you can see it has been chipped, where it has been forced off, and you can sort of see like little scratch lines along the top of the thing as it was basically pulled into this opening, just about the width of a coffin.
Rayla, can you see if there is any kind of magic around?
Lots. As he's got his big goggles on. I
Yeah.
have them here somewhere.
As you look around, you see that you
There's the
you
regular
don't
ones.
see it so much, but you can now clearly make out that these were not just physically carved spaces. These were magically formed and shaped.
somebody who has a background in both masonry stuff and magic. He's looking at this, going, "Yeah, this is bullshit."
There is something, a hint of dwarvish about it, in terms of it's chunky. You know what I mean? It's angular. There are very stern things in it, but it is filigreed in places as well.
I was going to say, like, looking at the pillars and the walls and stuff like that, like, is there any inscriptions? Is there any text, ancient hieroglyph, like anything that seems to tell a story or a history or like anything like that, communicative wise?
You walk down the central corridor. You did not go to the sides. As
No,
you
we
start
didn't.
spreading yourself out and around the sides, you can see that there is a not a bayer, but like something equivalent of a storytelling going along the sides, and there is fine text, but what do you read, everybody? What's your languages?
Celestial, Common, Draconic, Terran.
Okay.
Elvish, Common, and Sylvan. Does any of us speak Dwarvish?
Common, Thieves' Cant, and Undercommon.
I know someone that knows how to speak Dwarvish. Yay, I finally said it. But she's not here.
Dang it, none of us speak Dwarvish.
You look at it, it has those picked out angular lines that you might recognize as dwarven runes, but you cannot fathom it.
Just like jot them down and just like copy them over.
Guys, Lefty and
Writing, it's just
both of you, can you read this?
can you read?
We
Kind
do
of crazy.
not.
Well, that was a good thing.
Kind of brilliant that they can speak all together. Most golems can't.
Well, to be fair, I can try to translate them, but I would need about 10 minutes.
Look, we have an hour.
Yeah. Okay. And
While she's doing the spell to do this,
Mhm.
can I just look at the golems and
Yeah.
basically do like an MOT?
Yeah. Make
Do you
me
know
an
what I
art.
mean? I
Make
don't
me an
have the
arcana roll.
vocabulary for it.
Golem MOT. You're gonna get them up on the rack. You know, check their undercarriage. Make sure
I don't have the vocabulary for what I'm trying to say.
you want to see if their innate weave that they're formed from is structurally intact.
Intact and vaguely how it works in order to add this thing to my book of things.
Okay, make a look
As
at it.
somebody who studies magic and basically lives off of golems, it's his entire shtick.
Yeah.
And that's a golem, and I want to know how it works.
Yeah, give me an arcana roll on that.
Cool.
And Miss Noella, do you want to explain to how you're translating these?
well, I need to touch the surface where it's written. So the way they are said for the ritual kind of thing is Nala is repeating an incantation. Basically, instead of just saying just a couple words, that would be the basic incantation. She's
Incorrect. Sorry. I rolled a 1 and then I went incorrect, and I'm going to use my inspiration.
Oh yeah, it's coming to
Yeah.
play in this game. Beautiful.
Yeah, she's going to basically tell the whole damn spell, but she's saying it in draconic since that's how she written the spells.
Yes. Go, Jack. Ray. What was it?
I got excited. Sorry. I rolled a 19
Yes.
for a 28,
Okay.
And I would like to use Flash of Genius to make that a 32.
Okay. You look at these things. You can tell that their age is great. You can tell that they are
Give me the schematics, please.
anciently constructed. You believe that you would need to learn something of the arcane to be able to summon something of this size. You don't approximate you could do it with ice because of your knowledge and how you've built things previously.
Mhm.
But you believe
Because
that it's just ice and you don't have the ability to maybe control and warp it. But do you remember at the beginning of the cave, you could shape the water and you could change the nature of these things. So maybe with time and practice, you could maybe create something like this. Let me look it up a second.
I just want to like take the vague weave of these things and add it to my thing, so I could like perhaps figure out something similar.
Yeah. So you already can cast summon construct, can't you?
It's not until later.
Okay.
I can only do Tiny Servant right now.
Tiny 7, yeah. So, oh yeah, because you can't cast that high.
No.
But
Only
is it
5th
it
level.
is a spell you can learn, isn't it? Just as an
Yeah,
artificer.
it's the 5th level spell
Yeah,
for them.
yeah,
I'm just adding the RP progress bar
yeah,
in my head.
yeah. You start being able to devise that you could probably shape it out of maybe metal, a scraps-esque version of this, some sort of giant mechanical walking robot essentially that you could fathom with your skill if you had access to enough material and enough parts and enough time to make one. But you feel like your magic isn't a high enough level to do so. So we'll say that if you get the summon construct, when you get that, if you prepare that, when you get that level, you'll be
It
able
won't be
to.
for ages yet, but
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just adding the
yeah.
thingy to it.
You've got this kind of this base kind of blueprint, like you said.
Idea.
Yeah, brilliant.
Now I've just got the idea of like a Tiny Servant version. It's like,
Oh yeah, you can make this in miniature,
yeah,
just like a little wind-up toy. Like,
yeah.
it could ride the little spiders or something like that. I don't. Yeah, I've just no. See, now this is why I should stop talking.
Did you see the face?
Yeah. I saw the face.
Has anyone played Minecraft?
I
Yes.
haven't for a long time.
Do you know the spider jockeys?
Yes.
That's the face I always look for. Yay.
Um,
Sorry, I think I might break Sleer by the end of today.
yeah. So you're looking at the letters. You're making think. Arden, what are you doing in this space while these folks are looking around? You're looking for these. They start translating these hieroglyphs, and there is pictorial. You're on mute. Sorry, we cannot hear you, bud.
Sorry. I'm trying to see if there's evidence of any further robbing. So has anything else been looked like it's been taken? Any remnants of anything else around here? Because they weren't like, obviously they were staring forward and looking at the sarcophagus.
Yeah.
So is there anything else in there around about the sides of
Outside
them?
of their
Is there anything else you
peripheries.
see out their periphery that looks like there's been some kind of robbing?
Okay. So I'm gonna make you make 2 investigation rolls, please.
2.
Yes, please.
Uh,
And there is a reason behind it. I'm not gone
no,
insane
that
and
makes
start
sense.
wrecking
No,
with
that's right.
rules.
During this time, while there's a lot of checks going on, I'm going to have used involving bond.
Oh yeah.
So, I know it says I'm going to roll it at advantage, but it's just if I roll twice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can learn summon construct at level 13.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the translation would have been done.
Yeah, you repeat these words over and over and over again. And you start being able to understand a tale of this person's life. Royal born, royal household, brought up and was a beloved queen. But it was when Frohast wasn't so cold. It was when Frohast had green pasture. And it speaks of growth, and it speaks of great ice caps, speaks of the Remain. Still talks of that, but far, far long ago. And they were snowy caps. It was always a colder climate. We're talking more like somewhere like a Scandinavian kind of climate, which for an equivalent for here. So where you have the rolling valleys and you have the high peaks and everything like that. What you understand to be the most important piece of information you glean from the story as it talks of their life is that they were a pivotal point in the construction of a tower, of 3 towers.
Okay.
And for their function. This was what led to their downfall, or led to their death, why they were assassinated, why they were hidden in the ice, so that their body could rest.
Okay. Oh. Pete, you're frozen.
No, I'm here. Hey.
Okay. So what's the function of the towers?
It speaks of defense. It speaks of thwarting plans of those who would bring doom upon Earl.
Okay. I'm making a connection in my head, and possibly Nyala is making it. Is it the same kind of towers that the monk are so secretive about?
No, you don't think so.
Dark Watch.
Not a Dark Watch tower. By the inscriptions, Arden, if Niala, are you sharing this, Niala?
Not for now. She's trying to make
Okay.
sense of everything.
Without sharing, I'm not going to give you any information.
Okay. She's at this point. She's just reading the text over and over because, like, she's trying to make sense of this line, staring at it. This doesn't make sense. 3 towers to protect. Arden, I'm going to need your monk knowledge here.
Sure.
What were your investigation checks, Arden? Just let me know.
17 and 21.
Okay, we'll come back to you in a second. Really good rolls today, guys. I'm so excited. Go. So you go over, Arden. And Nyala, please.
I'm going to read to him
Mhm.
what the inscription says. Like, does it make any sense to you? I'm a bit lost. Is it talking about the towers? Your towers, the monk towers and everything? Or is it talking about something else?
Arden,
Because
Specific mention of 3.
yes.
Arden, you glance up and you look at the faded depictions above in this Bayer type narrative that goes around the walls here. You see a picture of these towers and they look nothing like a Dark Watch. A Dark Watch is a stout, solid, chunky thing that juts out of the rock. It is bored. It is solid thing. These are thin, tall, elongated, almost impossibly tall, with peaked roofs. They don't look anything like a Dark Watchtower. They have a very fine peak at the top.
Do they look anything like the alchemy towers of Kakanzax?
Similar, but
Wait,
not
hold on.
the amethyst towers are quite stout in
Amethyst
comparison.
towers even,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Is it okay? Because I'm looking at the map. Is it the Gearden knots?
Oh, the oh,
Because they're 3 towers.
yeah.
Now you're starting to put that together, and you hold the map next to it, and you kind of, yeah,
Geoden notch.
yeah, quite possibly. The similarity is startling.
Okay, so she was assassinated for building those 3 towers. Why?
What do we know about the Geoden knots? Like their purpose, their function, what they're there for?
Very, very little now.
Okay.
You guys have not really been. Oh, you could. How would we do this? I don't think you've ever been there, Arden.
Definitely have been there.
You haven't been there. Ray probably hasn't been there. Let's have a group history check to see what our group general knowledge is of this as we put our heads together in this icy place.
Everybody gets to add a D4 due to my involvement.
Okay. That was a great roll on my end, so 18 plus 5, so 23.
I counteracted my -1 with that D4. Thank you.
Yeah, 24 on my end.
14.
I only got team, Jack. Say again, please.
14.
14.
16.
Okay. So you'll put your heads together and you look up at this thing and you're holding the map up and there's 2 giant golems standing beside you. You feel like you remember word on the streets of Kakanzax, rather, that there was some activity going on there. And Arden, from when you were in your from the monk expeditions, you can remember a while back that there was talk of folks exploring these old ruins, these crumbling towers and ancient pieces of just architecture that were left to rot and their purpose unknown, really. And Niala, you remember again a time when you were on a roof and you sat and looked out over the landscape and you saw a bolt of lightning
Mm,
travel an inverse way and you share that with the party. Didn't go down, up to down, it went down to up.
Uh-oh. Well, I might have discovered one little mystery here. Well, add elements to a little bit of mystery. Remember when I told you, before the dragon attack, on that night, that there was a strange bolt of lightning that went in the distance in the sky?
yeah.
That might have been coming from the towers.
Oh dear.
As you say. Well,
So it's not so much a coincidence that the tomb's been robbed, and also there seems to be activity at the towers that she built.
yeah. So, well, it's on the way to Shard 4 anyway, so shall we make a stop?
Who says we're going to Shard 4? We don't know where this guy's gone.
It is going in the direction of Shard 4.
Well, yeah, but we don't know that yet.
Be smart for 2 seconds, please. It's tiring to be the smartest person here.
There's being smart and then there's making assumptions.
Oh, like the assumption
know
you
when
made
we
about
know.
Lichiana?
Is still creepy.
Martin, something's nagging at you. When you walked past the walls, again, the hieroglyphs were on there, and it looks possibly like part of around the tomb there has been a deliberate destruction of part of the message. You think Niala does not have the whole story. You also notice with the second investigation check, as you kind of get close to that hole and you look down, you know when you saw the bones of the creature buried in the ice earlier in this space? Arden, as you peer down this very narrow tunnel, you see something sticking out, melted into the tunnel floor. You'd have to get inside and squeeze your way down this claustrophobic tunnel to find out what it might be. The
Just hold on, I think there's something down here. I'm gonna squeeze in and reach down.
you lift your
Yeah,
body
Mage
up.
Hand, what the fuck are you doing? I'm having a panic attack.
You lift your body up and lay on your chest, and you feel the cold of the ice start coming through your clothes. You push your body in, your head first, and then your shoulders, and then you are like this, sliding yourself along. Can you make me a
That's
dex?
horrible. I don't like that.
You start pulling yourself along closer and closer, and you see this thing just half buried in the ice. You find something brown just a little bit below the surface, and you can find a string coming up That's the only thing that emerges up. A piece of string, frozen, sticking up. And you can't quite make out with your dark vision, the crampedness of the tunnel, and your breath fogging in front of your face. You can't make out what's beneath, but you see something frozen solid. A little lump where the ice melt kind of formed over it, but it's just like a little string, like almost like a fresh piece of a fresh growing plant, you know, when it first breaks through, like a chrysanthemum breaking through the ice, but it's a frozen, solid, stiff piece of string sticking out of brown cord.
I'm going to. Do I have enough room to try and get like a little pick or chisel and try and scrape away at it? To try and find loosen whatever's there.
You slide, your elbow hits the side, push your hand down your body, and you're able to get your hand backwards. You slide the piton. Have you got pitons?
Yeah.
Something like pitons.
Yeah.
You slide the piton up along your body and you get it up and past your chin. And you just start from only about this high above your head that you can reach, and slowly, painfully, slowly start to chip away at the ice that's in front of you. You feel the weight of tons of ice above you as you start to eventually you get a piece that comes away and you can peel it back with your fingers and you feel a cloth piece of hessian, brown, waxed, and you tug and you pull it free. But as you do so, the string comes untied and you hear a tinkling and something rolls further down the corridor away from you.
In our direction or?
Away.
Arden,
Yeah.
you okay?
Yeah, I found something. I'm just trying to get it loose.
Do you need a hand?
How?
Mage End. It's like the hand just taps him on the shoulder. Must I remember, my mage End are invisible though.
Yep, but you can't see shit down here.
Tell it to go left and right.
It's you're about 20 feet in. The thing's rolled about 40 foot in total distance down the corridor. And you can just see something laying on the ground, a little collection of things. Kind of all tinkled out and rolled away from you. And it's a...
How much further away did you say they were? Sorry?
They're only probably maybe about 10 feet, 15 feet away from you. But you do notice now that there's a slight incline. And that's what made them roll so far.
Down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not great, but it's there.
Can I interject?
Yes?
Can I cast Mage Hand and tie a rope to Arden's ankle?
You very much can.
Just in cases.
Yes, you do.
See, so Arden, while you're in there, just like
a good idea.
A little brass spider, just like it just like grabs on.
Okay. I kind of shuffle myself further down forward to try to collect these bits and pieces.
Can you make me
from my reach?
Make me a dexterity. Make me a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage.
Oh, fuck you.
That's when you wish you had my ring.
Oh my god, those are dog shit. Bear with me. 1 second.
+4 because I was involved.
Yeah, I get a +4 as well. God. Okay, that's not too bad.
Do you need a +4?
No, there's only so many +4s I can have. Sorry.
No.
math is not
Flash
so
of
fun.
genius. If I do artificer nonsense, I can add a 4.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
So
So it's 12 plus 2, which is 14 plus. Well, it's a saving throw, not a ability check. So it's not a. You wouldn't be. Would you be able to add Flash of Genius to that?
let me double check to make sure I'm not causing any problems.
I'm not aware of that rule, so like someone will have to let me know on that one. Sorry. How
Don't
that
know much
works.
about artificers.
Ability check or saving throw.
And you
Okay,
can
yeah,
apply it
that
to
falls
someone who's
into the-
involved.
As long as I can blag the fact that I'm doing artificer nonsense, I can add a D4. I
Yeah,
can add
well,
just a 4.
you're
because
attached
he's
to
got
them.
hold
Mm.
of me. Yeah,
Mhm.
so
That's why I
okay,
was
that
like,
+4
I'm
would be
just gonna
helpful then.
RP this bit so I can add it just in cases.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that would make it an 18
An 18.
disadvantage.
Mm-hmm. You start crawling as down this incline, and then you feel yourself start to slide, and you try and stop yourself with your hands, and your hands slide against this
Okay.
smooth surface, and you start sliding further into the darkness beyond it, and then you feel a sudden tautness at the end of your leg as little mechanical spider grips on, and Ray, you brace yourself with your feet either side of the little hole.
Just either side of the hole.
Your little
Well,
Ray
look at-
holding for
Yeah, I was
dear
going
life.
to help. Like,
Yeah.
Oh my
can
god.
you help?
Yeah, and you come to.
Ishara!
Ijara grabs the scruff of your neck. No, she actually grabs
Have I
Nyala's
managed to grab
scruff.
any of these things?
The cat.
Yeah, she grabs Nyala's scruff and start both scruffs, the double scruff, and is pulling Nyala back. You stop just above this thing, and you manage. The rest of them tinkle off into the darkness, but you've got your palm, and you slowly. It's at the end of your fingers. They're just. It's a coin, Arden. And you're trying to slide it up on the ice, and you know when you're trying to pick up a flat coin off of a flat surface, and you're just you're walking your fingers across the coin to move it into your beneath your palm. You grab your hand over, you've got it in your hand, but you're still hanging down this time.
Yeah. Pull me up, pull me up, pull me up, pull me up, pull me up.
You're pulled up.
14 strength and everyone else's help. I think we can get him out.
You do, and it's quite a slick thing. The tunnel. It slides on his chest, and Arden, you gradually release yourself. You can flex your shoulders. And you hold your palm.
Oh, ow. Ishara, did you have to take my neck?
I'm so sorry. I just panicked. I do not want to lose anyone else.
Ow. What? Anyone else? What do you mean, anyone else?
Well, or the missing rook, you know. I don't want
Oh.
to miss another one.
Yeah. Ow.
You open your palm, Arden. In the center of your palm is a silver coin. It's old. You could probably still spend it, really. Currency of silver and precious metal do not go out of fashion. This is money. It's a very specific piece of money. You look at one side and you see a face you don't recognize. You flip over the piece of money, the coin. And you grimace slightly. What they say is true.
All money leads to Drosk.
Indeed.
All wealth flows through Drosk.
It's a Droskian coin. And I think that might be where we end our adventure.
How
For this
descending
evening.
did.
Oh. Do you want to do this ended thing?
Just
Yeah,
can we just
let's
like do a flashback and say it happened during breakfast?
Okay.
let's have a look. Let's hear the sendings because this went a lot further than I thought it was going to go.
You stand in the cave with this Droskian coin in your hand and you clasp it back over your hand and put it in one of your pouches. And Nyala, you hear a message beaming into your head from the one you sent for Arden. Would you please regale?
Oh. Well, that's just a perfect timing. Arden,
Mm.
you have a reply.
Oh,
Um,
um. Well, that's good.
yes. The message is not so good, I say. He is well. He is well. But he's been tracking a band of hawks north for canoes. And apparently they're behaving strangely.
North of Canoes.
Mixed tribes. Apparently. Strange.
Right.
But yes, he's well.
I'm sorry, is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
He's well, and he's in the north of Canoes hunting orcs.
Yeah, and apparently they're behaving strangely. Clans are just together and different clans are together.
Where was Drebnir from? I can't quite
Mm,
remember.
I know.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Fuck.
Yep. Shit.
Fuck. Fuck.
Yep.
Ah.
The second you said clans of orcs, I'm like, oh no!
Yeah, but also I saw the way that they fought.
Yeah, monk orcs.
No, not specifically monk orcs, but yes, it's a particular type of monk orc.
I can't remember, but I'm scared. Was
I
it
know.
just Arden's message that went through?
No. Rayla and Shapar.
What happened with Mum? It's been 100 years.
Your message doesn't come through Nyala. It comes directly to you.
Shit.
Oh, you're in trouble.
Oh, you're in trouble.
You're in trouble. Oh no.
That means they went and got a different wizard because they needed more time.
Oh no.
It comes into your head. And if it could shout inside your skull, it does. It says,
I got given a howler.
Rayla and Shapar. I told you not to go wandering off. We have good news, though. We have good news. There are no wandering bubbles. There are only the approved portals. That's the message.
Okay, good.
Hey there.
Yes.
Yeah, as this
You
happens,
went-
you can see Rayla like
You just see Ray like all of a sudden he's never really stood up straight. Ever. He's always had like the depression hump. And you see him go, he's here.
I
Just
get-
all of a sudden just like, boom, like straight up like a soldier.
I take that mom's message went through.
You know the worst part about it is she's the kindest one. She's the nice one.
And she's screaming?
In my head.
Oh, you are so in trouble.
She told me not to go wandering off, but I think it's worse. I think I'm in trouble.
Yeah, but you went wandering off for 100 years.
Something years. Yeah, but elves. Yeah. I basically had a gap year.
Yeah, it's basically 20 years in human years.
10, but
That is long enough.
that's long enough that, you know, at least didn't do a funeral. The gardens are okay, though, so that's good. I was worried.
Gardens?
Yes.
What gardens?
There's certain passages in Gargamel that we call the gardens, in which are passages to the Feywild.
Oh, wait, you have a passage for the Feywild?
Several. It's Gargamel. They're everywhere.
Do you
They
have
just-
all the portals?
I could probably find out a few of them, yeah. It was like the whole purpose of family.
Good to know.
Scribe and maintain the location. To maintain the locations and scribe their whereabouts. How far off am I, Pete? For the Inchipar family.
You know that the Enshapar have many different schools of magic within it, that some of them naturally born, some sorcerers, some wizards, mostly studied magic within it, but they embrace those kind of ways of magic forming. Warlocks are not. Oh, am I there? Did I glitch?
Not for me.
It's Luke's glitching. I've lost his audio now. I think
Yeah.
his headset's disconnected again. Maybe.
Ah.
I'll wait.
Luke?
Can you hear us? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, we're back. Right,
Ah.
we're back. Don't know what happened there. Just everything cut out.
Where did you get to? Where did you hear to?
I heard to what you were saying about there's like
Was it different schools?
portals.
Sorcerers and
Yeah.
wizards are primarily. Druid types are always kept to the kind of the Marmigala, and the Marpellathon families. They kind of tend to gravitate that way. But there is a certain amount of maintaining of these connections to the Feywild, because that's whenever nature is abundant in this way, like the forests and growing, you know that the veil does thin, and you know that they used to be quite static where they were, and there was a starting when you left, Ray, a continuing problem with these places starting to shift and move, traveling in like almost like little bubbles of fey-like energy that kind of
That was
drifted.
still a problem.
That was becoming a problem, but it, from Mum's letter, it seems like it's solved.
Cool. Sorry, I just wanted to ask for a clarification to make sure I wasn't stepping on any toes talking.
No, and
No, it's good.
From my half-remembered things when you was on about what an Enshapar researcher would do, which was what Dad did.
Yeah, no, that's I mean, there's a lot of interest in parallel places and planes and stuff like that, and that kind of stuff as well. So, yeah, you discover this information. You have information that.
I think it was in the backstory. That's where Ray knows Sylvan from. It was like Dad teaching him about Feywild stuff.
No, the veil's thin in Gargamel. Yeah, that is true. But something was affecting the situation that was there, the thinning of the veil, and with this in this cave with 2 giant golems and a new burden in your pocket, Arden, you keep getting loaded with these things. Do you share? As we'll finish there.
I share. I do share.
Tell us. Do it. Tell us how it goes. What you found in the tunnel. How do you tell? What makes you think it's Droskin is you can see like a crest.
I think this was funded. This wasn't just random tomb robbers. They knew what they'd found. This was an expensive heist. Drosk. Oh, it's never
Drosk.
good when
It's been
Drosk is
Drosk.
involved.
Why does it always have to be Drusk?
I don't know.
Bennett.
Yeah. Venet.
Bennett.
Turns out it was Venet, Lefty.
Potentially. He's the one that's connected. If there's pools of money, he's using them.
He's a
Makes
bad
sense
Run
guy.
of life
from
in
Drosk.
My
Yeah.
thought is deserty.
This Bennett has taken our charge.
Oh, quite
Charge, 2
possibly.
dragons.
Maybe not
and a ship.
personally, but he is definitely involved.
He paid for it.
How do we retrieve it?
Well, we're going to go find one of his friends to tell us where he is.
It sounds like we're going to the Geodian knots, so maybe you want to come along.
We do not travel fast.
Yes. Well, that is a problem.
What is this Drosk you speak of?
City.
Well, that's a city on another. That's across an ocean.
And I don't think you swim well either.
However, I don't think your charge has probably left the continent.
We sink very well.
Yes, I don't think it's left for a hast. The Queen. I think she's probably still here. If anything, she's probably where Miala saw the weird lightning. There is a way.
I will remind you,
could.
timeline-wise, that you think that the tomb was taken quite a while ago as well.
Quite a while ago as well. So it would have been before that lightning. So yeah, God knows what's happened.
Yeah.
They revived a fucking long ancient fucking undead queen. Great. Who fucking knows?
Undead on Frohast, who ever thought of such a thing?
Now we've got fucking first a lich and now an undead fucking queen that created some towers and was killed for it. And those towers that she built, now there's been a lightning shot and her body's missing. Who knows what's fucking happened, right?
Yeah, you gotta fabricate, right?
Yeah.
Well, you might travel slowly. We don't. However, we might be able to make you travel quickly with us. We have a box. We could put you in the box, and as long as you just don't do anything while you're in the box and cause any trouble, you could come with us.
You do know that quite huge.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. But
my
the
idea
box
was
is
to
clever.
My
I
idea
feel
was
like
to go
Isambard
cut
would have
some
thought
wood
about
and
that.
build rollerblades.
I like that idea.
What
And she can cast fabricate, and there's the woods.
We're going to put these golems on giant skis. Is that what's going to happen?
That's what's going to happen if you let Ray do it, sure.
Yeah, but we can't. Yeah, but we can't have Bjorn and Espen pulling the cart plus 2 giant golems, which are
No, just
probably
have
10
them
tons
ski.
each. They're
Just
gonna
have them like
ski.
on rollerblades.
Oh my god, are we going to have skiing golems? Is that what we're doing?
I mean, that was my idea.
You are quite away from the forest still, folks. I remind you. They would have to get to the forest for them to have them maybe attached.
No, I'm
Depends
just
how
wondering,
quick.
is there like woods nearby? Or is it
No,
just
you are in
plains?
the middle of the plains. This is a strange thing to even find anything remotely looking like civilization in these wastes.
I
The only
mean,
thing-
they'll
It doesn't
fabricate
have
from
to be
ice.
wood. It doesn't
It's
have
a
to be
good
wood.
point. We could technically make big ice wheels and just bolt them on.
I mean, this entire place was made from ice. We could make some skis from ice
Yeah.
on top of the snow. I mean, they're fucking ice golems. It would essentially just be like attaching something.
Yeah.
Oh my
Wouldn't you
god.
just like
Are we?
pour liquid water on their feet and just freeze it and just
Can
attach
we?
it that way?
Honestly, guys, I think we should just put them in the cube.
Yeah, but then there's going to be Rook and 2 ice golems in the cube, and I think there's too many things in the cube at this point.
The cube is an extra dimensional space.
It's pretty big,
Mhm.
and time slows down there, so they won't be in there for very long for them.
Yeah, but at the same time, they're quite huge.
Well, I feel like Isambard would have done something in regards to that. I think he would have thought ahead.
I don't know. Rook is quite huge. He is the same size as normal
Yes, but
in the cube.
Isambard built an entire fucking manor in the cube. How do you think he got all that shit in there?
You think when he put the demons in there, yeah, demons are involved. Looks at Lefty.
These guys are just like trying to. They're simple things. They are
Don't
not
even know
following.
what half the shit we're what are skis, what are demons.
Not at all. They're so like
Slow.
just looking for one.
Ross,
Every now and then,
Dragonauts.
every now and then, they look at each other and there's this big icy shrug, like. They just no. Bless
Alright.
their heart.
All I can think of is, you know, that scene with Treebeard in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And then again, you are very
Very
small.
small. Nothing is not is worth talking about. Unless
What does he say?
unless it takes a very
Very
long time
to say.
to say.
No one says anything unless it takes a long time to say.
Yeah. No, it's not no one. It's like the Ents don't.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah,
Ents don't
yes.
say anything if it doesn't take a long time to say.
Because they speak so bloody slowly. Get it.
Yeah.
Entish.
So yeah,
Anyway.
you are
My apologies.
in a cold cave. You have maybe recruited some icy
Friends.
friends. You are possibly adding to your cube. You have another clue.
All right.
Paint an L on one
Forget,
chest and paint
honestly,
an R on
forget
the
the skis, forget the rollerblades. We've got to get them out the door.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember it being a ghastly, grand, massive entrance. I think the cube is our best chance here, really. If we are insisting on taking these guys with us,
No,
which
Mm.
why the
sorry,
hell
can I
wouldn't
just
we? They're fucking ice golems.
can I just
Sure.
like do like a zoom out for a second?
Mhm.
Can you just imagine Brooke in character, just in the cube, and then 2 ice golems just
We just-
freaking
We
appear?
just nail a note to each of them. This is lefty. This is righty. They're friends.
And Rook's just in there going,
What the fuck
Why is
happened?
righty
I
on the left and
just
lefty on the
want to go
Oh.
visit my family, and they've sent me freaking ice golems.
Like, I've
Okay,
been gone
Pete.
2 minutes. in
What
his
am I
time.
supposed to do with these?
Pete, with my stuff already have in my bag, can I literally just paint an L on one chest and an R on the other?
Yes, you can. They are willing. They are friendly towards you at the moment, as you have promised to help and assist these creatures. They're not quite sure of your plans, but everything seems like a good idea to them.
I mean, this is a
Doesn't
guy.
seem-
They're two constructs, and this is a guy surrounded by constructs. They
Mhm.
might not be made out of ice, but yeah.
Right.
Right, so
Okay.
Nyala takes the puzzle box and you just offer it to them at the last point where they must press the button and you stand back.
Two
'Cause you don't-
giant, massive ice fingers just go.
And then there is no more. There's like a kind of, and then the cave's quiet and still, and the cracking sound stops.
Okay. Can we go back to the cars? I think that's enough nonsense for today.
Ray, you know, I'm really surprised with one thing.
Oh dear.
I'm surprised you didn't name one of them bacon and the other sausage.
Yeah, true. Dang it, that's a good idea.
That's it. I am done with you.
I think they will solve some problems, though. And as you said, bacon solves everything.
Oh no, one of them's definitely being called bacon.
You
I
make
can
your
just
way.
imagine. Sorry, just
Go.
I can just imagine, just like years from the future in this, just somebody, just like two bandits appear. He's like, and then like tries to like rob him. He goes, "Did you know bacon solves all my problems?" What do you mean by that? Summons ice golem. Here's bacon.
I like it in the far, far future where you've resettled this tomb and new tomb robbers try to come down. There's two giant golems standing there, one with R painted on his chest, one with L painted on his chest. And they go in and they say, I am bacon, I am sausage. We are defenders of this tomb.
Yes.
What's
it's
with the R?
It's the same party of robbers that the same party of adventurers that came across the wooden ladder tree as well. Just like, what the fuck is this place? What is Froast about? What is going on here?
So,
There's a city full
so
of
there's a
cats.
ladder tree.
There's a tree ladder, and there's two golems called Sausage and Bacon with an L and an R on their chest. What is this continent?
And for some reason, there's a pack of wolves obsessed with butcher's guts.
Oh.
No, but can you just imagine just a pack of wolves showing up outside of
Oh,
a butcher's
dear.
like, this little elf gave us food and it was great.
Yeah. Oh, guys, that was fantastic. Thank you so much for
Right.
playing.
Yalla
I'm gonna
is
pause
done
it.
with everyone's shit at this point.